Hey, Chad here with P4P with another segment of Coach's Corner. Today I want to talk about upper body balance. So we have a lot of issues with general population and athletes when it comes to the balance of push to pull. So I'm going to talk about that today. What happens in life, a lot of times people are always in front of computers or at a desk. And what's happening is their shoulders are rolling forward and their back is coming crouched here to the computer. Okay, so we're like this, all tight. What we got to do is open that up. So what happens is that causes, if we don't correct it with exercise, we start developing upper cross syndrome, where your upper body, your chest, your anterior is tighter than your posterior and stronger than your posterior. So what's happening is it's pulling your shoulders and rolling them forward. You also see a lot of dudes with this problem because all they do is bench, right? So if they're not properly trained, they're always benching all the time, don't do enough pull. So what's happening is when they're benching all the time, they're getting stronger and tighter here and very weak back here. And what's happening is it pulls it forward. So if you see guys in the gym, a lot of people call it ILS, imaginary lat syndrome. Sometimes it's people just trying to act big, right? But sometimes it could definitely be where they have upper cross syndrome, where they're literally just pulled that way. So those are the kind of things we got to fix, right? Because that's going to lead to other issues down the road. Shoulder issues, back issues, whatever it is. We got to start figuring out what's going on. So some ways to help you guys with this. With your programming, make sure you have balance. Okay, so typically we recommend 1-to-1 ratios for push to pull in your programming. If you guys do 2-to-1 ratio with pull, it's probably a safer bet, just because more people do push than pull in life, and also in training you tend to see more pushes than pull in programming if it's not done by a professional. So we got to take a look at those ratios and see where you're at. So also you're going to want to test to find out where you're at personally if you're really serious about it. So a couple ideas for testing that you guys can do. One test is kind of like almost like a max test for push-pull that we like to use. One way to do it is you will do a pull-up, okay, and a bench. So you compare the two. So with your bench, find out what you bench, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that exact same load that's on the bar and apply it to your body. So you're going to take your body weight plus whatever extra is left and try to do a pull-up, okay? If you can't do it, that means your push is much stronger than your pull. So you got to start in developing your posterior a little bit more in the back. Another way you can do it, if you're not comfortable with adding load to a pull-up, if you can't do a pull-up anyway, is you can do a 3-point row, or it's also known as a 1-arm row. What you can do with that one is take that same load you got from the bench, apply 80% load to one hand, okay, and see if we can do it. If you do 80% in that one hand and do the row, then your ratio is good. If you can't do it, then you're going to want to also address that issue. One point with the 3-point row, though, it is a very movement that gets screwed up a lot. A lot of people don't do it correctly, so it takes a lot of coordination and things like that to actually do a 3-point row correctly, or a 1-arm row. You see a lot of people doing row, like rowing super high and tight. That's not right. So most likely we have most people do the bench to pull up anyway, because it's a bilateral test. Anyways, that's one way of doing it. Some of the tests out there that they do is more of like endurance test. How many push-ups you can do to your pull-ups, things like that. I definitely prefer more of the method that a lot of strength coaches use, is that 1RM method. So find out where you're at, and then once you find that issue, figure out in your programming how you need to adjust. Okay, so those are the kind of steps to figure out where we're at. A lot of times in life we're always pushing and not enough pulling. So odds are your ratios are typically going to be better for your benching than your pulling, because people don't take into account everyday life. So when you're developing programming, if you do programming, so first step is, if you're not doing programming, start doing programming, and then get on the ratios, figure out where you're at, okay? So if your upper body ratios are off and you're doing way more pushing than pulling, over time you're gonna have issues. It's just a matter of time, right? So we got to make sure we're developing this correctly and have decent amount of balance, at least where we're not causing issues. Typically you're gonna have an imbalance somewhere, okay? So you're never gonna be perfect, but we got to make sure we're doing the best we can to keep ourselves balanced so we don't cause issues in the long run chronically. So those are some tests for you guys to try. They're kind of fun too, to see where you're at. So give those a shot. I'll do another segment on lower extremities, because that's another talk, okay? It's also called when we're looking at like elite athletes even have issues with super high quad development compared to posterior. See a lot of injuries in athletes because of that. So I'll talk about that on another segment because that'll take too long. It's a whole nother segment. So hopefully that helps you guys. But I will bring that next segment coming soon. If you got any questions on push-pull ratios, things like that, feel free to submit to p4pmuscle.com. I'll be more than happy to answer questions there. And go to the contact us, and I'll be taking in your questions and answering them for you there. And until next time, we'll talk about the posterior side of the lower extremities, which is also very important. So until then, we'll see you soon.